everybody, I am Lakisha, a certified life coach who has diabetes. Welcome to Success My Way with Lakisha. Stick around if you want to learn more about the plate method, and if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. All right, let's talk about it, y'all. Hi everybody, thank you for joining me. This is such a great topic because I get a lot of questions as a life coach. Lakisha, how much should I eat? What portion should I eat? So I'm going to be talking about the plate method. I also have an upcoming workshop called Diabetes and Healthy Eating. So if you enjoy this content, you might want to join that workshop on eventbrite.com. I will be hosting that workshop on June 22nd, and it's only $25, and you will get information like this and more. We're going to be talking about nutrition facts and eating right and the do's and don'ts of eating, and it's going to be fun, and we're going to be throwing in some recipes. So join that workshop as soon as you can because the seats are limited. Right. The plate method. This is something that dietitians and nutritionists used to make sure that you not really make sure, but serve as a guide for you to eat more healthy. So I took a plate out of my kitchen, and here I split it off because this is how you should split off your plate. If you keep this mnemonic when you're out eating, when you're fixing breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you will get the hang of this method. So notice how this is 1/2 of the plate. As a diabetic, the food that you should eat the most of are veggies. And some people's like, ew. But there are so many ways to make veggies taste good. But 1/2 of your plate should be veggies. It should be the non-starchy veggies, the leafy green veggies, the veggies with all the vitamins and the minerals and the antioxidants. So you want leafy greens here on this side of your plate. You want peppers. You want all kinds of good vegetables here. And you're going to stay away from the starchy vegetables. The starchy vegetables are like potatoes and corn. So if you keep that in mind, non-starchy, leafy green, healthy vegetables should be 1/2 of your plate. I like to say when I eat, I'm eating vegetables with the side of everything else. I mean, that keeps me going. So fill that plate up with those veggies. Put an extra spoon of those veggies on your plate when you're eating. Now, this is 1/4 of the plate. So 1/4 of your plate should consist of protein. So you have 1/2 of your plate is veggies, and then 1/4 of your plate proteins. Now, why 1/4? Is because proteins do have fat in them, so you don't want to eat too much fat, but they're very healthy for you. They give you energy, they serve to build your muscle, and as a diabetic, proteins help slow down glucose in your blood, and it helps stop spikes. So you do want to have your proteins, and you do want to have your veggies on your plate in this portion size. So 1/4 or 25%, 1/2 or 50%. Now here in this one, the CDC says you can have carbs. So 1/4 of your plate should be carbs. It should be those potatoes. It should be those sweet potatoes and things like that. I recommend not to do this in 1/4. Do it even less. Like, I eat as a little carbs as possible. Why? Because this is sugar. If you don't learn anything else as a diabetic, carbs are sugar. So we're talking about rice. We're talking about cream of wheat. We're talking about potatoes and sweet potatoes and yams and corn and peas. Well, peas is a green vegetable, but it's high in carbs. I don't eat peas. So you want to keep this low. Now, what about beans? Beans are proteins, but beans also have carbs. So in my opinion, I believe you should eat carbs down here. Eat beans down here as a carb. Okay, so eat beans down here as a carb. So this is what the CDC says your plate should look like if you are diabetic. Now, I like the keto method, and I'm going to show you the difference between the CDC's plate method and the keto plate method. So going back to this, keto says the same thing, that 50% of your veggies should be on your plate. Keto also says 25% of your plate should be proteins. The difference is this: keto does not say that this should be carbs. Can you guess what keto says? Keto says this should be healthy fats like avocados and nuts and organic butters and things like that. So healthy fats. Now notice how this is 1/4, but in a lot of keto recipes you don't really see this because you might have fat on top of your steak, like a butter on top of your steak or something like that. So a keto diet looks like it's only vegetables and it's only meat, but you can have avocados and things like that. Now healthy fats are still fats, okay? So you still want to maintain a low portion size of healthy fats and fill your diet up with a whole heap of vegetables and protein. So this is the keto method, plate method, okay? Now let's talk about portion size, because as a diabetic you should not be eating a whole heap of food at one time. And here's why. It's because it is overload on your pancreas. It is overload. So what you want to do is practice portion size. So what I did was I brought in a smaller plate. This is a sauce plate, and this, if you use this to eat your breakfast, lunch, and dinner on, this plate size controls your portions. So look at the difference. Look at the difference in size. So you can eat this plate size, or you can try to eat this plate size. And then if you eat this plate size, and my little notes have fallen here, you want this little piece here to be your proteins and your healthy fats, like the keto method. And then you want this portion right here to be veggies. And notice how it's a little more than 50% on this plate because it's so small. So these are the two ways that you can eat, and I had to share my veggies sticky because the other one fell, but these are the two plate methods that you can use as a diabetic to control your eating. So you might be saying, well, Lakisha, what about fruit? So with fruit, I try my best to stay away from sugary fruits, the bananas, the oranges, the what else is it? The watermelon. I eat very little of that fruit. You want to eat fruit that is low in sugar, like berries, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, grapefruit. And you want to eat them maybe as a snack or something like that. They are not part of this plate method. The fruits are not part of this plate method unless you want to add them to take this healthy fat off. And if you're using this method, you want to add fruits to the carb section. But I suggest you reserve fruits for just minimal eating because they do have sugar in them and they do affect your diabetes a lot. In terms of drinking, I suggest 0-calorie drinks: water, coffee, tea. 0-calorie drinks, and occasional Coke Zero. Okay, so 0-calorie drinks. Do not drink your calories. Okay, 0-calorie milk, if there's such a thing, a 0-calorie milk. So you want to keep your drinks as low calorie and low carb as possible, because drinks do have carbs, and we all know that carbs is sugar. All right, so I hope you learned a lot from the plate method. If you have, please give me comments. Tell me what you think about the plate method. Do you use the plate method? Has it worked out for you for losing weight? I know for me, I lost 20 pounds on the plate method. And also remember, I am having a course. So if you like this content, please be sure to join my diabetes and healthy eating course on Eventbrite. It starts on June 22nd, and it's going to be a blast. All right, so thanks so much for watching, everyone. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Talk to you later. Bye.